All right, Alpine, happy Monday. It's the first Monday of October, the best month in the world. But that's just my own biased opinion. Um, so what do we got going on today? We're going to start off with a 400-meter run. Cold temperature warm-up. Getting that blood flow going, get a full range of motion about those joints, core temperature up, all that jazz. Then we have 2 rounds of 2 McGill crunches each side. We're not pausing this time. We've done the McGill crunch a lot, but just like every time we talk about snatching or clean and jerking or anything like that, any of those foundational movements, we like to go over those points of performance. We're focusing on having that hand underneath the small of our back, and then we're trying to push our belly button through our spine and then our spine into that hand that's underneath the small of our back, so we engage those abs. Then we have 15 glute bridges. With glute bridges, remember we want to feel this in our booty and our hamstrings, not so much our lower back. If you start to feel it in your lower back, you're probably going a little bit too far, and we start to get that arch in that low back. So we're thinking about keep that rib cage pulled down, squeeze those glutes a little bit more. Then here we're gonna grab that barbell, and we're gonna have a band around our knees for these next 2 pieces here. So band around our knees, we're doing 5 empty bar bottom of push jerk dip hold for 2 seconds. So what that means is you're going to be in that nice push jerk front rack hold. So we are thinking with this, we're not a fingertip grip. Our hands are still outside of our shoulders, just like when we're doing a front squat, but we're going to have a full grip on the bar when those elbows come down a little bit. The reason for that is we're able to, 1, have a full grip on the bar, and 2, it's a more beneficial position for pressing anything overhead. It's hard to be effective with pressing overhead when we're like this. So full grip, bring those elbows down with those shoulder blades pinched back. So you see if the bar is right here, my elbow is slightly in front, that's what we want. And so then keeping that same angle, that same posture, we're thinking we're just gonna bend those knees, push the knees, so bend the knees and push them forward a little bit while pushing our butt back, back at the same time, and hold that dip position. Remember, our feet are going to be roughly hip to shoulder width apart, depending on who you are. Coaches, we're making sure that their front rack they don't have a forward lean, so chest falling due to that front rack. We also want to make sure that people don't have a muted hip, which means that the hips stay open when they dip. Oftentimes, you're going to see it where it looks like their knees shoot too far forward, so we like to reach our butt back a little bit so we close that angle of the hip. So you're going to do 5 of those, and the band around the knees is forcing us to push those knees out a little bit. They're still tracking our toes this time, but this time it's more so the pinky toes. Then, we're still going to have the band around our knees. We're going to do 5 empty bar push jerks, all right? So we do have these bands around our knees, and we do teach that when you're doing that push jerk, when we dip, we extend, knees and hips extend, shoulders shrugging up, not here, but up. And then when you go back down, your feet are going to go a little bit wider. We do want to make sure that there are some people, including myself, when we get too heavy, our feet go really, really wide. We don't want that. So that band is, 1, going to kind of help us with that, and 2, force us to keep using those glutes and those hamstrings to keep those knees tracking those toes. And then 5, each way, lateral over-unders. I have a video for this, but we're trying to go, it's an invisible step over the fence and then under the fence. In that video, the model, the person, when she went under, she was pretty rounded, especially in that T-spine area, cervical spine. Let's make sure we're still staying pretty upright within. We're really just trying to sink under, not reach under. Cool, that's our warm-up. Spent 4.5 minutes on that, guys, but it's important. It helps us move more efficiently and effectively, which when we do that, we have greater power output and work capacity done with less effort being expended. So, workout, cool and complex. I'm super excited for you guys to do this one. I really, really am. It's a 20-minute AMRAP. It's for rounds and reps and load. Okay, so it's kind of like ooh, where do I go fast? Where do I slow down so I get the highest load? But what is it? 400 meter run or 1200/1000 meter bike. Do not want a rowing option today because we're rowing tomorrow. So it's just either or. We're looking at that to take around 215 at the most. You'll see some people go like 145, depending on who you are. Then we have 9 lateral burpees over the bar. We know all about that. Please have a 2-foot takeoff to get that RX. Then an unbroken barbell complex. So unbroken means you do not let go of the bar, and that complex is 3 power cleans plus 3 push jerks. So we're not allowed to split. Due to the fact that we're not allowed to split this time means we won't go as heavy if we were split jerking. So, because this is for rounds and reps and load, we kind of have to balance out. Am I sprinting all of this and not getting as high of a load, or am I going a little bit slower than I probably should just so I can get really, really heavy with it? So it kind of dependent on the person, but ask the question during the briefing so people can think about this. Like, what do you guys want to do? Are we looking for more rounds and reps for you, or are we looking for a heavier load? If you are someone who you need to get stronger, or you feel you need to get stronger and better with a barbell, let's choose the path of you're going a little bit slower on the 400 meter run and the 9 lateral burpees and really focusing on that load of that barbell and moving efficiently. Okay? Now, if you're someone who's like, all right, I know I'm going to be able to hit this amount of weight, and I'm gonna outlift everyone. Let's see if you can do that while getting more rounds and reps. All right. So remember that unbroken barbell complex is 3 power cleans plus 3 push jerks without letting go of the bar. Power cleans means we're catching right above 90 or higher. Push jerks means we're not allowed to split. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun one. I'm super excited about today in the sense of we're just moving some heavy loads while also we're just doing straight CrossFit, friends. We're just doing some CrossFit. Love you guys. Bye.